Hello, I'm Chamit. By the end of this video, you will learn how to combine photography rules like rule of third, leading lines, and frame in frame together so you can make a better composition that has more engagement. I'm sure you all heard about those rules, but you missed the best part of it. I see most of the time people using single rule on a single shot, but you can combine them. When you combine them, it helps you to make a more dynamic shot. I'll break that it with a film that I shot with iPhone. So you don't need a big camera or anything to shoot a better film. This is the first frame of the film. So as you can see, these all lines work as leading lines. I'm sure you know it. So what's the difference? Most of the time, people using center of the frame as the vanishing point. On here, it is towards to right side of the frame. Visually, it is more engaging and more interesting. If we divide this frame into three parts, as in the rule of third, you can see this vanishing point is near to one of those vertical lines. There is one more thing that I did in here. As you can see, in this area, there are too much light compared to this side. So I balance that light with this light. Just imagine if there are one more light in this area, this composition will unbalance. There is weight in the light, there is weight in the objects. We need to balance that as we balance other things in the frame. So this is the second frame of the film. As you can see again, these are the leading lines. These all work as leading lines. These vehicles also work as leading lines. And I divided main frame into two parts. This is the divider. This area has 1 out of 3 of the frame, and this area has 2 out of 3 in the frame. Rule of third is not just about placing the subjects in those horizontal lines or vertical lines or those crossing points. It is about balancing the weight of the whole image. And also, this is the main focal point in the image, and as before, it is slightly towards to left side of the frame. It is one of my favorite thing to do. Balancing in unbalancing, you need to practice compositions to do that. We will talk about that. Let's move into the next frame. This is the third frame of the film. Again, these are the leading lines, these lines, these lines, these lines, and these lines. Also, this buses line work as a leading line. And again, this divider is on the left side of the frame. That is where rule of third come. And there is one more thing in this frame, rule of odds. When you place subjects, the odd numbers like 3, 5, 7 are more interesting than static numbers like 2, 4, 6. Actually, those are not rules. They are made with understanding how our brain works. We can do totally opposite of that, but to do that, you need to understand the rules first. I believe if you are breaking the rules, you need to make a better photograph than a photograph which made according to rule. Other than no point of breaking the rules, right? And in the real life, the people who don't know how the rules work, they get caught when they break the rules. Don't be like them. Learn and then break. Again here, these all lines are leading lines. These vehicles, these buildings, this road, all these are leading lines. And like previous, the vanishing point is on the left side of the frame. And if you look carefully, the main subject is also slightly on the left side of the frame. Visually, it is more engaging than centering the subject over vanishing point. Again here, the vanishing point is near to left below cross point of the rule of thirds, and that guy who crossing the frame is taking 1 out of 3 of the frame as the rule of thirds says. What do you think about this frame? It is centered, right? Yes, but this whole garden take 2 out of 3 of the frame, and this tree is taking 1 out of 3 of the frame. So again, I am combining leading lines with the rule of third. Let's move into another frame. This is a bit complicated. If we talk about the foreground first, these people are taking 2 out of 3 of the frame. Their head level are on the upper horizontal line. Next, this line is on the below horizontal line of the frame. Then this light is on the left vertical line of the frame. In the background there are leading lines, and the vanishing point is not on the exact center point of the frame. So again, I have to say, when you combine 2 or more composition rules together, it helps you to make a better composition than a composition that you make with just only one composition rule. Try to combine those rules together. You will be surprised. This is frame in frame, and the frame is slightly towards to left side of the frame, and if you can see on this side, it is on right vertical line of the rule of third, and here it is on bottom horizontal line of the rule of third. So again, I combine rule of third with frame in frame technique. It is more engaging than we are just centering the frame in the frame. This is also frame in frame. The store is the new frame, and this guy, he is on the right vertical line of the rule of third. Here this is also leading lines, and again it is slightly towards to left side.
It was a vivid memory that I couldn't ignore. So
here, this is also leading lines. These lines rotating us in the frame, and these guys are on the bottom horizontal line of the frame. Again, I have to say, when you combine 2 or more rules together, it helps you to make a better composition. Again, this is frame in frame, and she is on the left vertical line, and this part it is on the bottom horizontal line, and this part it is on the top horizontal part. This part it is on the right vertical line, and this part is the frame in frame part. I have more shots in this film that I can talk as examples, but I believe you understood my point. People say rule of third, leading lines are the very basic rules, but I would say they don't know what they can do with those basic rules. When I started photography 10 years ago, I didn't know any of those composition rules. It was 2014, 2015, and I haven't a smartphone, and at that time I was a student, and I'm in Sri Lanka, and I'm from middle class family, so I haven't internet connection either. You won't believe that, but it made me who I am right now. I just took photos with Sony digital camera, Sony Cybershot digital camera. I shot thousands photos, flowers, trees, anything I could see, I just photographed them. And when I looked them again and again, some photos were more interesting to me than other photos. So I started to look at them and find why is that photos are more interesting than other photos. And years later, I found those composition rules. So this is my first video in the YouTube. It took whole day. I started 9 a.m. It's almost 5 p.m. It took so long. I was not comfortable in front of the camera. I'm still trying, so I'm sorry if I am not presented it very well. Hopefully it will be get good. I'm gonna talk about photography, film and art, and how to use design to brand ourselves. Subscribe me. Thank you.